gifted speaker.
Actually, one more comes to mind.
I'm on top and you down below. The deep freeze got me out and cold. I keep breathing, here for good like superheroes, but I still fall victim to all of these demons. Let me see your ass 1-2 step, talking all that shit, but you ain't come through yet.
Let me see your ass 1-2 step, 1-2 step, 1-2 step.
All my life I wanna date a baddie, call up Ronnie James. She wanna play with daddy. Hold up, pause. Cause the day I give a fuck's the day M has withdrawals. Relapse, give me that, you can't have it all. Guilty conscience trying to get that absolved. Got no problem.
Welcome. We do that while I'm looking at the camera. Welcome to Just Say It. My name is Kaiser. My co-host here is Sky, and we have a juicy episode for you guys today. Of course, you know, we're coming off of episode 18 of Daima. We're gonna open up a pack of Fusion World cards here, continue our journey down that lane there. But Sky, how have you been, man? Like, how are you feeling right now as a Dragon Ball fan? Are you satisfied? Are you eating?
Am I eating? Oh, I'm definitely eating. After episode 18, definitely eating. And a shocker too, bro. Like it absolutely shocked. I did not expect this whatsoever. So yeah, we've been eating good. There's so much Dragon Ball stuff to talk about, including the chapter we're getting soon too. So yeah, everything's working in our favor as Dragon Ball fans. So yeah, I'd say we're cooking and we're eating too.
And we're eating. We're cooking. Well, they're cooking. We're eating. And yeah, I gotta say, we gotta be careful with what we're sharing out there, guys. The amount of stuff I was seeing after I had watched the episode. So Sky actually messaged me like a little after work, just being like, dude, if you haven't seen the episode, watch it. Spoilers are everywhere. Like, you gotta make sure you do it. So I pulled Alexa aside and like, all right, we're gonna watch this. We watched it. Fantastic episode, of course, but we'll talk about that. Fast forward, I'm on my phone. There's just like people straight up sharing the scenes, and of course, for anyone who's jumping in right now, we are going to enter spoiler territory in this episode, so just something for you to know. We're going to talk about everything. This is kind of your spoiler warning. So yeah, like, there was so much Super Saiyan 4 Goku everywhere, even straight up the scene of the transformation and everything, and like, it was like, you go to the comments of those, and it's all people just going like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing?
Yeah, I won't mention some of the people, but there have been some people too who are like justifying it by saying like, oh, I'm gonna change the thumbnail hours later to the other one, so just make sure. And I'm like, what the fuck's the difference if you just didn't do a non-spoiler thumbnail and then changed it to a spoiler thumbnail 8 hours later or whatever? Like, when the episode comes out at 12 p.m. Eastern, there are people who work, like, at least give them a whole fucking 24 hours, dude. Like, you're just posting about 6-7 p.m. Okay, well, there you go. You guys should have had enough time. Not everybody has a content creator career. Like, that's not how it works. Or some people just work night shifts. I just think also there are people who just never end up having the spoiler on their thumbnail to begin with. Like, for an example, like, shoutouts to Nanogenics, who does mostly gaming, and they do a Dragon Ball podcast as well.
Okay.
They honestly just say, wow, this episode was fantastic, or they finally did it, and they don't even post it on their thumbnail. It's a great, it catches you in and captivates you. You want to click on that video to watch what they're talking about, but it's not saying, oh, blank and blank happened this episode, or this is literally the picture itself.
Right.
To me, it's more like, you don't have to do that. If you're doing that, it's because you want to clickbait people, or not only clickbait.
And it's lazy.
It is lazy. It's very lazy. Your intent isn't anything positive by doing that. It's only negative.
Right, and I think like some people get lost in the sauce of like, maybe them in their immediate circle are all the kind of folks that are like, oh, it came out at 12 o'clock, I'm watching it immediately. Maybe you and your circle of people that you interact with are like all up to date the moment it happens, but you have to respect the fact that, like you were saying, people have shifts during the day, during the nights, double shifts. We don't know the kind of complexity that everyone's lives have, right? So like we need to, what is that, like, if you were to be like, I am instating there needs to be at least this long of a duration of time before a thumbnail can include a major spoiler in a show.
Like, on a thumbnail?
On a thumbnail.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Like, why do you have to do it? Is my point is, like, especially when it's a big ass reveal like that, why do you have to do that? What's
Okay,
okay, for example,
you're right.
Okay, put it this way. If you already have a successful channel, you're gonna get clicks on your videos regardless. Okay.
Yeah.
So what your intent is you're just being greedy now at this point, asking for that extra 5 to 10K views possibly to get those most likely hate comments. You're getting interactions. You're getting more revenue. To me, that doesn't show you have great characters. Not someone I would like to support as a content creator, in my opinion. It just gives off of, again, if you're like if you're lower and if you're like in the lower tier of content creators, not necessarily in your quality of videos, but in like how many views you're getting and your subscribers, and you also have done the waiting. You've waited, let's say, since the next episode. So maybe if I'm going to answer your question, I would say wait till the next episode comes out, then do the thumbnail, and then if people are doing something like that, then yeah, sure, fine, fair enough. But again, I just don't feel like that's necessary, especially if you're someone who's an established content creator in the scene, because a lot of those people are the ones doing it.
Yes, you're right, and that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't make sense, because people are gonna watch the episode and they already know that they can go to your episode to watch you break it down. So like, you don't need to bait anybody in. But to your point, it's interesting how maniacal it is, because at first you said, essentially they welcome the hate comments because it boosts the comment, like, engagement, right, and stuff.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, yeah, but are they thinking? Actually, yeah, I think so, because you're doing this enough times to where, like, you've gotten the slack for it before. Like, you know what you're gonna get, and you know what the outcome. So there probably is a little bit of that, at least, like, we'll take an extra 400 comments of just people hating on us for a just reason, but
like, and the thing is too is I don't want to harp on this too long, but like, I just think in general, I'm not even trying to throw shade, I just think we could do better as a community, right? Because, like, why not? We want more people to come into the Dragon Ball community. Daima has been a big introduction for especially a lot of the younger audience. We don't want them to be like, oh yeah, well, I guess, a lot of these creators are just spoiling it for us. And the thing that sucks too is a lot of these creators are very good creators. Like, they do very good videos. They have very insightful videos and nice lore facts and all this stuff. But then it's like, it's hard to support sometimes because it just doesn't feel like you really care about the viewers side of things sometimes, and it is a little upsetting. So, but yeah, I think we could do better as a whole. I mean, everyone, including ourselves, can do better as a community to make sure that everybody has a fair and great vision on the episode, on the first time, a great experience.
I'm voting for Sky. I vote for Sky.
Let's go.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to talk about the episode, we will first open up a pack of cards. That is our little...
Did you get a new one, or?
I did. I have a pack right here.
Oh, like, not from the box? Like a new one?
I still have the box. Yeah, I still have
I thought you opened all those packs.
Bro, it's so tempting. It is so tempting. Okay. Let me pull up this Suns. Bam! Alright, can you see it? Can you see a blackness on the screen?
Yes, I can. Look at that.
It's not Mr. Popo. Surprise, surprise. All right, first card. We have Supreme
South
Kai.
Supreme Kai. Okay.
Okay, another new planet tuple. I have about 1 million of those.
Trying to make a baby deck, even though that's not really used in the baby deck.
Right.
It's fine.
Okay, we got Mona. That sounds like a name that you just meet someone at work. Like, what's your name, Mona? Like that, you know. I don't know if I've met one, but I could see it. We got Kibito Kai. Okay.
Okay.
Crazy about that. We got our boy Tien, of course. Now, for the ladies and gentlemen at home, how do you say it properly? Tien Shinhan? How is it?
Shinhan.
Shinhan. Okay, there you go. I was looking for you to say it, so I didn't have to say it, but thank you. Okay, here we go. Next one. Okay, we got Possessed Boy Form. Okay, I don't know if we've had that specific card. We have Galactic Donut. Okay.
That's a really good card.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, it's a very good card.
Okay, very good, very good. I have a Deborah already. So we have another one here.
Yeah, Supreme King Deborah.
Supreme King. Well, not anymore. We'll get to that. We have Sun Goten. Okay. Sun Goten.
Okay.
Okay, now we have one more normal card.
Kame.
I got Kame. Okay,
I was hoping this card would be good, but it's just not, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate. But I need green cards to make my deck, so I'm gonna add it.
Green? You need red?
Yeah, but I've opened up enough packs where I'm like very close with my green, and I can't wait for my green to be finished.
Okay.
I got some nice cards in there. Okay, you ready for this? Now we got some cards. We're cooking now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a red.
Shin.
We got Shin. All right. That's a normal rare right there, and our last card of the part. Okay. I do have this card as well, but it's Vegeta.
Vegeta, yep. The solid card.
Yeah, I mean,
Not too bad.
you know, sometimes when you're at a bonfire, you need some extra paper to throw in.
Yeah, that's Vegeta, right?
Well, that's sort of how I felt about him in this episode, if I'm being completely honest. All right.
On 17, I'm talking. If we're talking about 18, yes, I would agree with you. But not 17.
18, man. 18. 17.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, they gave Goku even like some nuts. Rewatching it today, I was like, wow, the entire Super Saiyan 3 sequence, the entire Super Saiyan 4 sequence, all of it was like they went off.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, why don't... Yes, Vegeta has had moments in Daima, but they don't give him enough respect to like go off in that way, to like fucking make it look like... I don't know, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all
Okay,
that?
can we get to 17 quickly so we can talk about it?
Okay, sure, go for it.
Let's do it. All right,
You
so
lead 17.
Yeah, let's lead it. MVP 17, if you know, you know. Episode 17, to me, was a good episode. It was actually a great episode. It obviously gets overshadowed because we got episode 18, obviously, but 17 was a great episode. It was more great because we understood how strong Goma really was with the third eye, or the tertian oculus, I believe it's called. So we basically get everyone involved. We get Majin Buu. We get was Majin Buu involved? I think he was. Yes, he was. In 17, he was. Majin Buu was involved in 17. Tamagami 1. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Shin, Glorio, Pansy, I believe.
Yep.
So we got the whole gang. Actually, I don't know if Pansy was, but the whole gang was basically there fighting Goma. Goma absolutely destroyed them all. That was basically what episode 17 was. There wasn't too much to talk about it with 17. It's already been over a week since it came out. 18's a bit more fresh in my memory. So
yeah, I think like it ends with the Goku Super Saiyan 3
Super
reveal.
Saiyan 3.
Like, okay, now we actually have seen a canon.
Looks
version
great, by
of
the way.
canon.
Looks absolutely great.
Yeah, and going into 18, the way it opens
I love
up,
that they're different too. I love that they're different.
I love that they're different. I also love, okay, so little details, right? Like so there's the transformation. It's that similar like starts here, moves here. He's looking on the side, and then he's getting ready to start going, and he's like kind of like moving very slowly. And there's a sound of aura like boom, and then his hair just kind of like lifts up, and then he takes off like a jet. Like, those details just make it feel so much cooler. It adds oomph and impact.
Agreed.
Yeah, like
it felt really good.
It felt great, and
Watch.
you know, so of course he's going. It looks to me, Sky, and let me know what you think. It looks to me that like Super Saiyan 3 was pretty on par. It was pretty much even with Goma before that. Like, I think he powered up with the eye, and then
So I don't think he was powering up necessarily. I just think Goma doesn't know how strong he really is yet.
that's a good point.
But I'm gonna give Goku the benefit of the doubt. He did put up a good fight with Super Saiyan 3 for sure.
He did, yeah.
So I guess this is already leading now into episode 18. Let me just I need to say this first before we talk about Goku, because Goku was the star of the episode other than Goma. So if you guys are not familiar with the Kaiser and Sky channel, you would be familiar. Well, if you're not familiar, I am a Vegeta fan. I'm a die-hard Vegeta fan. And let me tell you, this might be worse than the Broly movie. This might be worse than the fucking Broly movie. I'm not joking when I say this.
It's not.
This is, you know why this is worse? Nah, this is worse than the Broly. This is worse. You know why this is worse? Because this is fucking canon. That's why it's worse. That is why this is worse, because this actually happened. The Broly movie did not happen because Vegeta actually puts a great fight against him in Super. That's the issue I have. And the other issue I have is the fact that there is a sequence where Goku is fighting Goma, and there's a scene where it shows Vegeta and Piccolo. Piccolo starts going up, I think he flies up, or he's about to. Vegeta is trying to get up, and then he gets back on his knee. That has to be the worst feeling as a Vegeta fan, is seeing the fact that this guy just went Super Saiyan 3 5 episodes or 6 episodes ago, whatever it was, 7 episodes ago, and he couldn't even have the energy to get to 3 at all during the fight, and he sees Goku getting to Super Saiyan 3. You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that if Vegeta were to fight Tamagami 1, he wouldn't have won, even in Super Saiyan 3. I'm serious. I'm not.
No,
I don't think so.
you
I don't
would.
think,
You would.
I'm not. I'm being so for real with you. I genuinely think 2 was his limit.
No, because he cooked 2.
2 still deflected him. Like 3 deflected Super Saiyan 2 Goku Kamehameha. Goku won by punching him after the deflection. That happened with the Gallic gun as well. But remember, that's what had like that kind of mirroring. He blocked the Gallic gun, he deflected it. So it shows that Tamagami 2 still put up a solid fight even against a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. So if you're putting that same Vegeta into Tamagami 1, like for example, I think Majin Buu is stronger than Vegeta.
No, he's not.
Majin Buu?
I don't think he's stronger than. I don't think he's stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta.
I think so.
No.
I do, and that's my issue. I think Vegeta is like the 4th strongest now.
No, he's not. 4th? No, that doesn't make sense.
Dude, I think it's Goku, Majin Buu, Tamagami 1, Vegeta. What the fuck? Explain to me like how you cannot feel this way after this episode. Tamagami 1 constantly got back up and got hit worse than Vegeta last episode. He got hit worse.
Doo got whooped too.
And he came back. And he turned Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah. So
Super
here's my
Saiyan
thing.
3, dude.
So if that was symbolic of him trying to match Goku's energy output at the same time, like if there was something to that and he wasn't able to like hold it for a long time,
yeah,
then maybe that's a sign that like he just doesn't have, like, I don't know. For me, I've never throughout the time watching have felt like Doo was stronger than Vegeta. I have never felt that, especially when Vegeta hit Super Saiyan 3. I think that if I don't know what the fuck happened in that last episode.
Goku didn't even beat Doo. Goku didn't beat Doo.
No, but he didn't go Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, but who said Do has been was joking around that whole fight?
Okay, buddy. I don't know, man.
So you're telling me you think a Goku Super Saiyan 2 is gonna beat Do?
Yeah.
You're crazy. You are absolutely insane. I think if Majin Buu if he had that cookie right away and he's ready to fight and he's taking that shit serious, I actually think Goku Super Saiyan 2 might get slapped.
I'll go even further. I feel like I put Majin Buu in the same ballpark as Piccolo. It's stronger, but in the same ballpark, in between Piccolo and Vegeta. That's how I visualize and feel like that's where I feel he is. Even though in the last episode, and in basically, aside from, like you said, the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, they've basically put Piccolo and Vegeta in the same, on the same like level. Like they keep getting whooped just as fast and being just as exhausted, and it's like, what is this, man? Look, like Sky mentioned, he's a fan of Vegeta's. I mean, he's a fan of everybody, but he's diehard Vegeta. I'm a diehard. I mean Gohan, but I've grown to really, really love Goku as well. They just did him so dirty, and they can right a wrong depending on what we get in 19. But we got 2 episodes left, Sky. We have 2 episodes left. So I think we both know where this needs to go. I think a lot of this also depends on what is the wish. There's a lot we need to uncover here. So let's get into a few of these things. I'm gonna say we talked about the Super Saiyan 3 sequence. That was all good and great. But of course, the highlight let's be real, it is the highlight of the episode. We do get Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, we don't understand how much of that is related to the specific energy that we get from Neva, or if it's there's a lot of context we don't get. There's a lot of blank spots. They don't even say Super Saiyan 4. It's definitely Super Saiyan 4.
It has to be. It has to be Super Saiyan 4.
It has to be Super Saiyan 4.
Maybe, unless they name it something different.
That would be annoying. Okay.
But it's annoying? Is it annoying, or is it for that if it ever comes back in Super, it'll make more sense? Because Goku told Beerus Super Saiyan 3 is his limit when he fought him. So
okay, so I have a prediction though for that though.
Okay.
What if when they leave the demon realm, either just straight up due to leaving the demon realm, or when they reverted to adults, they forget everything that happened? Okay, so that's one thing. Because if that happens, Vegeta doesn't know about Super Saiyan 3. Goku doesn't know about Super Saiyan 4, and a lot of the demon realms behind them, and explains why they never talk about it. Okay, so some sort of we don't remember what happened could be the case. The other thing is, if we just arrive at Super after Daima, like if it's right there, then Goku hasn't had enough time to even try to get to Super Saiyan 4, right? So it could just be that, why is he going to explore that if he's got God? Which I also love the tie-in with God's color and Super Saiyan 4's color in the hairs. Let's talk about that a little bit though, Sky. Like, what do you feel about the design? Like that's a big thing, right? There are differences, subtle, but
so I don't know if you've been in the Twitter realm or X, whatever you want to fucking call that
online,
dog shit website, but there has been crazy debates, and it hasn't been that civil, unfortunately. But yeah, there are a lot of people who are saying it's better than Super Saiyan 4 from GT, and there are, from what I've seen, again, that does not mean majority, but majority of what I've seen have said they like it, but it's nowhere close as good as Super Saiyan 4 from GT. And this is where I have an issue with that. The issue I have with that is we need to see how it looks in adult form.
True.
I want to see how it looks in adult form, just because that's where we're going to see Goku. Hopefully, if we, again, hindsight, but like, hopefully if we see it again, it's most likely going to be Goku in an adult form doing it. Okay, just quickly before we even get to what I want to say, I think this form here is leading to Broly getting to it eventually. I think that's going to be Broly's final form.
Okay.
That's what I'm think this is going to be. So I think that the issue I have with the form right now is we're only seeing it in kid form. So I actually technically don't have an issue with it. It's just I don't see it in adult form. The only thing else I would say is I would like some eyeliner on that shit. I love the eyeliner. I fucking love the eyeliner.
Yeah, he does have
a little bit
thicker black. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like a bit more if we're just gonna be nitpicky here. I know a lot of people were talking about the hands thing. I have no issue with the hands.
It makes
like
complete sense
because it makes complete sense. He's getting more into his Ozaru form. He's kind of getting into that hybrid. He's leaning towards that side. Makes sense. You even see him running like a primate almost.
I was just going to say, yes.
Yeah, which is awesome. So I have no issues with that whatsoever. I actually encourage things like that in a design on a character because it gives that more completeness for that form. It's almost like saying like Goku, for example. Like Goku and Saiyans usually aren't pure-hearted, but Goku is a pure-hearted Saiyan, and when that's one of his ways of getting to Super Saiyan God. And when he's Super Saiyan God, he's a lot more slim, but he's a lot more angelic and elegant. He's a lot more peaceful looking. That comes with the form because he is pure-hearted.
Yes.
So it's like saying Kaioken. Kaioken comes with a lot of rage and power, and that's why when you see him in Kaioken for the first time, he is buff out of the fucking max. He looks bigger than a fucking bodybuilder. He looks absolutely huge, and that's also to exaggerate the fact that he is powering up everything in his body, and he's getting to that complete rage mode. If you see that Kamehameha in the Saiyan Saga, him using Kaioken, you can really see that emphasis on that. But yeah, overall, I like the form. I do. I really like the form.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen here a little bit.
Yeah, I do, man. I really like it. I know some people were saying how it's lazy having the red hair, stuff like that. And honestly, I don't think it's lazy. I think it's actually the opposite because Toriyama could have just snatched the whole design.
That would have been lazy. Yeah.
And no one would have had an issue with it. And that's the thing. So we are discrediting him for changing the design, right? Instead, you guys would have been happy if the design stayed the exact same because of your nostalgia on us growing up with Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
To me, that's being a hypocrite because you have no issue with it being objectively the more lazier route. By taking that route, it's objectively more lazy by Toriyama. That's just plain and simple. That is an absolute fact. And the fact that he didn't go that route shows that he cared so much about us fans giving us Super Saiyan 4 because he knew how much we loved it and added his spin to it.
Yes.
And which is what to me makes me love it even more. It's paying homage.
It is,
I absolutely love that.
It is undoubtedly, like, which is what's special about it, undoubtedly inspired by that incredible form, right? Like, me personally, I prefer, like, I had to really think about it. I actually do prefer this new version. I think it makes so much more sense in areas, like, even with the chest hair, how it kind of comes in, it's almost connecting in the, like...
That was really cool. That's a great touch.
It makes sense, right? Because it's almost like, almost too clean with the way the six-pack and the pecs were in the GT version. I love the big hands and forearms to match that. Like you mentioned earlier, the primal run. Of course,
because a lot of primates, they have like a bigger, like, what would you call it? It's like a forearm to hand, forearm to like arm ratio. Yeah. So to me, it was a lot better.
Stunning.
I actually really like it. Stunning. It's supposed to be clunky like that because that's how primates look, right? Like, even if you look at a gorilla, gorillas are a little different because they're just they're beasts altogether. Yeah. But like just primates in general, they're just really strong on the arms, right? So I really like that. I thought that was a great touch. I agree with you. And also I really love the hair. I do. I like this color for the hair. I think it suits them really well. Actually, I do have one thing I'm I'm a little worried about for this form. Just one thing about this
Okay.
form I am really, really worried. And that is he performed just the same as he did in Super Saiyan 3 in the beginning. So when he went Super Saiyan 3 and he fought Goma, he got major hits on Goma, and then Goma powered up, beating Goku again in Super Saiyan 3. That kind of happened when he turned Super Saiyan 4 as well. When he turned Super Saiyan 4, he upped Goma for a few, and then again, Goma got the upper hand on him again. He's like this bubble thing, which is absolutely insane, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it almost looked like it absorbed his ki,
Yeah.
or it was and then it was
saw the
either
different
absorbing it
forms.
or and then it like kind of like sucked all the ki out of him, almost like what Cell was doing in the Cell arc, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I got from what Goma's ability was, and that I was like, okay, I'm not gonna diss the form too much because I don't know how strong Goma is, but at the same time, it's like you just gave this big moment to Goku and this big thing for the fans. I would have liked a bit more, like to the point where Goma was actually about to lose, but some bullshit hit him. So like something like the Frieza, a Golden Frieza versus Vegeta moment. Vegeta was gonna beat Golden Frieza. Everybody knows that. But they had to do the he puts his hand on the fucking earth, and then he explodes it in one shot. Like, bro, we know Piccolo can do that. We know Yamcha can do that. They can destroy an earth in seconds if they needed to. But all of a sudden we're gonna use it for plot because Vegeta can't get his W. Like, that's what I feel like they could have done with Goku, where it's like, okay, Goma's gonna do something where Goku has to like get reckless for a second, and then Goma gets him with some of his magic abilities. That's what makes him lose, not because Goku actually lost, which is kind of what got on right now.
Yeah.
So that's my thing, and I just hope that when Goku becomes an adult, because spoiler alert, I think Lorio wished for them to become adults.
Yep.
I hope that means they're actually stronger as adults. I hope they've actually been restricted a bit when they've been kids, because first off, I need to see Goku as an adult in this form because he already looks fantastic as a mini version of himself.
Yes.
And two, if he is stronger, I need to see what this form can do. I really need to see what this form can really, really do. And I want to see some fighting techniques with him using the tail. I think that would be awesome. So.
Yeah. I think when he was transformed back down, I don't know if it's because they were turned into kids, but like he's still technically a kid here. Like, why does he have his shirt back? Like, that's one of the things where in GT, to me, it never made sense. Like, I almost want to mentally operate under the Incredible Hulk frame of mind, where like you almost like explode out of your shirt because you're so jacked, or the power or whatever. Like, there's at least some sort of crazy logic. But his shirt was back, and it was like totally everything was fine. And then it would have been cool if like, due to getting to this form, his tail was back too, and then maybe they just did a cut at the end of Daima to snip it. But yeah, I'm also gonna pull up a different picture here that is like just quickly comparing a couple things. Let me see if I can pull this up in 2 seconds here. Well, it's not going. One thing I was thinking about though, Sky, you're talking about how things might lead into, you were saying how Broly, this could be a wink towards Broly getting there, right? And
yeah,
I agree. I could see that for sure. One thing I wonder
so good
about
in this form, though. Oh, I'm just thinking about it. He will look so good in this form.
He will look great. And you know what I think?
Oh, here we go, guys. If you're an OG viewer, it's back.
Got a hot take.
Hot take. All right, let's hear it.
It's not even a hot take, but I just want to use the horn. The siren. It does have a horn though. Hold on. There you go. Do you remember the Super Saiyan 5 design?
Yes.
Okay. So you know
how can I forget?
Yeah. Right? That's a lot in a lot of ways, that's how we got here. In a culmination a culmination,
Yes.
right?
Funny enough, Toyotaro is one of the people who drew it.
Yeah.
Originally drew it.
Yes.
In early 2000s.
What I wonder, Sky, is with the teasing of True Ultra Instinct,
Yes.
right? True. Linking more in the whole narrative of the Granola arc as well, of kind of bringing Goku back to his heritage, back to his, Saiyan roots a bit. Is it possible we're going in a direction where True Ultra Instinct Link takes us to a Super Saiyan 4 True Ultra Instinct, and we kind of revisit that design a little bit to like be another fan service a little bit, but also it kind of makes sense?
So you think that maybe so
I
let's get
think,
into
yeah.
a little bit of a rabbit hole here. So you think Goku, so in the, if you guys don't remember, refresh your memory a little bit, in the Granola arc, Goku was experimenting using Ultra Instinct in his different forms. Now, we've talked about this extensively in previous old podcasts, almost a year old or probably longer now.
Yeah.
That my whole thing was the fact that the reason why it wasn't working for Goku was because the Super Saiyan forms are built off of rage and require thinking to use it. So it was kind of counteracting with the UI, what UI wanted to do. But anyways, in that arc, he was using Ultra Instinct with Super Saiyan Blue, if I remember correctly, at one point. And what's interesting though is maybe Goku believes he cannot use Ultra Instinct with the God forms, but instead use it with his Super Saiyan forms. For some reason, maybe we'll get some. I haven't thought too deep into it yet, so this is kind of all over the place. I'm just kind of throwing something out there. But maybe the God forms itself, since it's already a God form, and UI is something in those lines, obviously in a higher tier, it can't kind of coexist with each other. So if you add something from Saiyans and something from the Angels,
Yeah, I
right,
think one thing
together,
we need to clarify is like what, because you're saying Super Saiyan Blue. I was under the impression it was Super Saiyan, but I'm not sure. So let me double check here. So True Ultra Instinct. Wow, I butchered that spelling. True Ultra, yeah, okay. Instinct, Goku. Okay, so according to only the most reliable source, Dragon Ball Wiki, Goku's True Ultra Instinct, the True Ultra Instinct is an emotionally driven form of Ultra Instinct, as well as an enhanced version of Ultra Instinct sign. Okay, usage and power. It came up, but then I opened up the thing and it's showing me everything. Well, effectively. Okay. Yeah, like what if Ultra Instinct's something that you can just...
So here we go. It says Goku has been shown to utilize the principles of Ultra Instinct while in his Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue forms, essentially enhancing his combat abilities with the heightened perception and reflexes of Ultra Instinct without fully transforming into Ultra Instinct.
Okay. Okay. Now, he was in Mastered Ultra Instinct when he got knocked out by Frieza, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he was in True Ultra Instinct.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was just wondering if maybe there's another moment there, right? Like, right now we're getting a cool moment, and a lot of it is fan service, as we've said. Do we get another one that's potentially, I mean, since we could Google and fantasize, we've looked up a lot of bad stuff, but we've also looked up Super Saiyan 11 Goku, Super Saiyan 15, Super Saiyan Piccolo, also Super Saiyan 5 Goku, and that's probably the most Googled one. And it's for anyone who hasn't seen it, it basically looks like if Broly was a super. It looks like if Goku had Broly's build, so beefier, but white Super Saiyan 4 hair, and like a tribal looking, like, what do you call that? Like waist banner thing? I don't know. It was a cool design, and
It was really cool, yeah.
it would be very, very interesting to see some
If they
sort of
went that
mix
route, bro,
there.
I'll be like, damn, anything can happen at that point.
Okay, well then, how about this? One of the last things we gotta talk about here. I mean, obviously, we still gotta talk about the Shenron thing, but
Yeah.
Do we see another evolution to Goku in Super? Like, is there something new still?
He has to. Or else they can't beat Black Frieza.
Okay.
He's only, remember, when he spars with Whis, before we get to the in between the arcs of after Moro, before Bruno, we get the sparring with Whis and Goku, and Whis says, there are many stages to Ultra Instinct. You got a long ways to go. And this is MUI Goku.
MUI.
This is MUI Goku. So Goku's got stages and stages to go. Also, when Goku goes MUI against Gohan, Beer says, while fishing, I believe it was, he says, no, he was watching the fight. He says, so this is Goku's strongest or best form. Right? I think he says it's his greatest or best form. I think that's what that means. And I think he also says currently, meaning there's so much more Goku has to grow in that form. And then we also know Vegeta's Ultra Ego has a long ways to go too, even further in his form than Goku's, because he just got Ultra Ego, whereas Goku has now had at least the principles of Ultra Instinct since the Tournament of Power. So,
okay, so I'm gonna ask you two more questions here, okay? And this is basically, these are gonna lead us to the close off of this episode. So, for one, when it comes to how we're gonna take down Goma, are we seeing Super Saiyan 4 Goku again, or are we seeing a Super Saiyan 4 fusion? Like, I guess what do you see both? Like, what do you?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
If we're gonna say a Super Saiyan 4 fusion, that would wait in Super?
No, I'm actually talking about in Daima.
Maybe. Because in Super it wouldn't make sense.
No, in Super it wouldn't make. Well, why wouldn't it make sense in Super?
Because that would entail that it's better than Super Saiyan Blue, which it's not.
Oh, yes. From a power perspective, yes. The way I could see it going, Sky, is like, cool. We got the taste of Super Saiyan 4 with Goku, and then we're gonna get a fusion, maybe between Goku and Vegeta at Super Saiyan 3. And then it's like, whoa, first time Super Saiyan 3 fusion. That's its own moment. But like, it's in Vegeta to go for. Like, all the pieces are there, right? And so with Goku in him, that sounds interesting. With Goku and Vegeta together, I don't know if there's a good way to say this, but basically, I could see that easily. Like, I could see it being max, not even. I think we've seen Goku at 4, and now we see the fusion go 4, but start off at 3. That's my prediction for how it goes, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Then does that mean that we get sort of like a Broly situation of Super Saiyan 3, quote-unquote Vegito, can't take down Goma? What? So 4, but, you know, I guess how based off of what we're seeing here, does it take the fusion, or does it take maybe an interesting wish from Glorio over here to take down how do you think we're gonna beat Glorio? Or sorry, how do you think we're gonna beat Goma? Do you think there's a chance that maybe Glorio's wish is actually targeted towards that, or do you think that it's gonna take a big power to take him down?
I think I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna turn into adults, and then we're gonna find out that they're obviously a lot stronger as adults.
Okay.
And then the second wish will be them to get fully recovered at some point, so that Vegeta can actually do something again. And and then we'll see at the last resort a fusion with the bugs, the ones that Goku dropped. I think Hibis or Pansy will find it, and they'll be like, "Oh, do we need this or something?" Hibis is like, "Oh, what are these things?" And then Pansy might turn around and be like, "Wait, those are bugs. Oh, Goku dropped them or something," and they'll put two and two together. And then Goku's like, "Aren't there bugs that have fusions or whatever?" And then he might chuck one of those in there, might split it with Vegeta.
Well,
Vegeta was open
yeah.
to taking the bugs afterwards, because he tried to revive one.
And do we know how many bugs they have for the fusion?
I think it was 2.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Because I could also
See, Do and Ku.
Do and Ku. Yeah,
They would be so strong.
that would be sick.
Because Ku is so strong.
And Do is not a slouch. Sorry, Do is very strong, and Ku is.
Yeah,
not
sorry.
A slouch.
I meant Ku is not a slouch, and he's also really smart. Really smart. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, I guess to close off this, ultimately the episode, and also this one, but like, we see the dragon of the demon realm come out. It is a spitting image of the dragon we see on Namek, except red. We get a little taste of how strong it is, which is interesting. I really, really liked that. But of course, the highlight of the episode is we now see Goma's true place in all this. He has to make the wish happen, and does he make that wish, Sky? I mean, I don't know. It sounds like you think he's going to wish him to be adults, but is there another route you could see it going? What's your beat?
I could see them doing something along the lines of like, he wishes them to turn to adults as the first one, but the second one goes to Goma. Some way or form, the second one goes to Goma, and that's why. Like, I think the
Is
last
there two
episode.
wishes?
I think there is 2 wishes.
Okay.
So, I don't know, man.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. I think it's going to be them turn into adults, and then they don't have their way for the second one. So maybe when Vegeta turns into adult, he also just naturally has a bit more energy to power up again, and they find these bugs somehow, and that's when it's go time.
Yeah.
It's fusion time. And we'll get a fused... I don't know, man. Is it Vegeta? Is it Gogeta? Is it... I don't know. I don't know what the hell it can be with the bug things, but...
Yeah, I don't know how you can. We've basically exhausted it. Gojiku? It sounds like Kuchiku. It's not as good.
I hope not, please.
I hope. Man,
Don't do that.
It's been an interesting episode. A lot of fun takes, I think, on how this could go. Ultimately, I think what we've learned through these 18 episodes, Sky, is we have no idea really how this could go.
Yeah, we don't, honestly.
We don't know how they're going to clean up after themselves as well, and I think that's going to be a fun thing to see as well. I think that's what everyone's waiting for, right?
Yeah.
How are they going to explain Super Saiyan 4? Are they going to explain Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta? No mention of the Demon Realm altogether. So let's see.
Yep. I guess we'll find out next week. Or actually, we're a couple of days away from it, so.
I cannot wait. We are eating good here in the Dragon Ball space, like Sky said. Don't forget, we can eat together. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it if you think you have a friend in your life. I would appreciate it. Tell you what, we would appreciate it. Also, comment down below. What do you think that wish was? If it wasn't for them to be adults again, what was the wish? Let's see. I'm curious to see what you think. Guy, it's been a great episode. Thank you for bringing your knowledge, your insight, and your fandom for the prince. This has been Just Saying, and that's Sky. I'm Kaiser. We'll catch you for episode 19 in that recap next week.
Peace.
Gifted speaker.
Actually, one more comes to mind.
I'm on top and you down below. The deep freeze got me out and cold. I keep breathing. Here for good like superheroes, but I still fall victim to all of these demons. Let me see your ass 1-2 step. Talking all that shit, but you ain't come through yet.
Let me see your ass 1-2 step. 1-2 step. 1-2 step.
All my life I wanna date a baddie. Call up Ronnie James. She wanna play with daddy. Hold up, pause. Cause the day I give a fuck's the day M has withdrawals. Relapse, give me that, you can't have it all. Guilty conscience trying to get that absolved. Got no